Words to know?
Words to know. Common multiple. Least common multiple.
So, Abby, if you look at this, here we have the numbers 6 and 8. They went ahead and listed all the multiples of 6. 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12, 6 times 3 is 18, and so on. They also did that for 8. They listed all the multiples of 8. Now remember, multiples are not factors. Factors, like factors of 6 would be 1 and 6, 2 and 3. Factors of 8 would be 1 and 8, 2 and 4. Okay? Factors are numbers that you multiply that go into a number. A multiple is the answers that you get when you're multiplying. Yes, Hadley?
Couldn't a multiple like go on and on? Like you get times
Yes, multiples can keep going on. Yes. Common multiples are the ones that they have in common, the ones that they have that are the same. A least common multiple is of the ones that they have in common, we want the smallest one. So for 6 and 8, of the one they have listed, 24 is a common multiple. 48 is a common multiple. But the least common multiple is 24 because that's the smallest one that both numbers go into. Yes.
You're making us hungry.
Making you hungry?
Fish
Buns.
fillets are like my favorite food.
Fish fillets.
I do not like it.
How do you find the least common multiple of two numbers?
You guys
Think
need to get
about this
quiet.
question during the lesson. Lauren is buying fish fillets and buns for the soccer team dinner. What is the smallest number of fish fillets and
Do you need
buns
something?
she can buy to have the same number of each? Let's find out.
Do you need something? Oh, what's your question?
No, like
No, multiple is numbers that they go into, that they multiply into. So 6 times nothing gives me 1. You're thinking factors, yes.
What information do you need to solve the problem? You need to know the number of fish fillets and the number of buns in each package. Is the number of fish fillets in each package the same as the number of buns in each package? No, the numbers in each package are different.
It looks like there's 4 buns, and it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fillets.
it's 8 buns. Double.
There's 8 buns?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8. Sorry.
What is the first thing you should do to solve this problem?
Well, we need to know how many buns and how many
To
fish
solve
fillets
this
there are.
problem, find the common multiples of 6 and 8.
So we get 6 from the fish fillets. We get 8 from the 8 buns in a package.
A common multiple is a number that is a multiple of 2 or more numbers. What strategy do you use to find common multiples of 2 numbers? To find the common multiple, you must first find the multiples of each number. How do you find a multiple of a number?
So you go through your head and you think 6 times 1 is 6. So 6 is a multiple. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 is a multiple. 6 times 3 is 18. 18 is a multiple.
To find the multiple of a number, you multiply the number by 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Look at the listed multiples of 6 and 8. What are the common multiples?
24 and 48.
Common multiples of 6 and 8 are 24 and 48. Will 6 and 8 have other common multiples? How do you know?
Will they have other common multiples?
Yeah.
You're saying yes. How do you know?
Numbers keep going on and on forever. Because we know.
Yes, 6 and 8 will have other common multiples, such as 72. The pattern shows that multiples of 24 will be multiples of both 6 and 8.
So because 6 and 8 are both multiples of 24, so that means because 6 and 8 both go into 24, then any number that is a multiple of 24, like 48, because 24 times 2 equals 48, is also going to be a multiple of 6 and 8. So just like 24 times 3 equals 72, 72 is also a multiple of 6 and 8. So if you went on 24 times 4, which is 96, is also going to be a multiple of 6 and 8. Because the least common multiple is 24, every multiple of that number thereafter is also going to be a multiple of your originals. Yes?
Every day there's another multiple.
Every day.
24 hours.
Now, find the least common multiple of 6 and 8. A least common multiple, LCM, is the least number that is a multiple of both numbers.
Do you have a question, Brody?
The answer was 76. You were 20 off.
For 24 times 4?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, thanks. No.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think you're right. Hold on, let me do it. 24 times 4.
Yeah.
8 times 4 is 80 plus 4 times 4. That's 16. Yeah, it is 96.
It is 96? All right. That's okay. That's okay.
I got 76.
Both 24 and 48 are common multiples of 6 and 8. So, the least common multiple of 6 and 8 is 24. Lauren will need to buy 24 fish fillets and 24 buns. Can two numbers have more than one least common multiple?
Can they? Can two numbers have more than one least common multiple?
No.
No. Least means the very smallest. They may have more than one common multiple, just like 6 and 8. They have more than one common multiple. 24, 48, 72, 96. But the least means the smallest, and there is only one that's going to be the smallest.
No, two numbers can only have one number that is the least common multiple. You have learned how to find the least common multiple of two numbers by working through this problem.
So let's look at the guided practice in your book. You should be on page 258.
260.
I'm sorry, 260 and 261 in your book. For the guided practice, we're going to skip numbers 1 and 2 because they did them for us. So, for number 3, we have to find the LCM, which means least common multiple of 3 and 7. So, we start. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 9 is 27. I'm going to stop right there. 7. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. Nothing in common yet. 7 times 3 is 21. 21 is our least common multiple. Now, sometimes the least common multiple will be what are two numbers, like we were given 3 and 7. Sometimes our least common multiple will be the product of those two numbers given. Remember, product means the answer you get to a multiplication problem. So the product of 3 and 7 is 21. For this problem here, it just so happens to also be the LCM, the least common multiple. Is that always going to be the case? No. The next one, 8 and 15. Interesting. Let's do this one. For 8, 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 3 is 24. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times, what are we on? 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 6 is 48. 8 times 7 is 56. 8 times 8 is 64. 8 times 9 is 72. Let's stop there and see if we get something with 15. 15 times 1 is 15. 15 times 2 is 30. 15 times 3 is going to be 45. 15 times 4 is going to be 60. Nothing? Oh man. 15 times, what are we on? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is going to be 75. We have to keep going. No, we gotta keep going, people. Okay, 15 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have to take 15 times 6, which is going to be 15 more. So 10 would be 85, 5 would be 90. Then we would have
What about
one.
8?
We'll keep going. Let's do a couple more with 15. So 90, that would be 105.
We still going? Yeah.
Let's do one more and then we'll check with 8, see if we have anything in common yet. Okay, so 15 would be 120. Okay, let's go back to 8. So far we have nothing in common. So, so 8 times 10 is going to be 80. 8 times 11 is going to be 88. 8 times 12 is going to be 96.
Are you kidding me? We have 90.
8 times 13 is going to enter in a 2.
No, and then a 4.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're doing 8. Sorry. 8 to 13 is going to be
104?
104.
Yeah, 4, I think. Maybe. 104.
13.
105.
104.
No, one more. Just one more.
And then 8 times 14.
Wait, no, go 2 more. I'm ahead of
112.
We did it!
No, we didn't.
Almost. One more.
18 times 8. There we go. Woo! Talk about the work. And just figure it out like 5 minutes to get it done. Yeah.
That is at least Let's try 15 times 8 first.
So, even though that is the least common multiple, it is not a very small number. So they're gonna get a lot of fish that day. All right. So I want you to get out a sticky note. You're going to try one on your own.